if you're the kind of person who doesn't understand the power of relationship, you might be gifted, talented, you might be educated, you might be beautiful, but if you don't understand how to function in the world of relationship, your social intelligence quotient is very low. What that will do for you is that it will undermine your potentials. Yes, you have the potential to be big. Yes, you have the potential to be great. Yes, you have the potential to reach the world. All of that potential, if we don't have the kind of relationship platform that will power that potential, then because of your deficit in the area of relationship, because of your unhealthy approach to relationship, it's going to affect the maximization of your potential. What are some of the challenges? What are some of the things that we do that destroys our relationship potentials? I call them negative patterns. Number one is what I call the pattern of mismatch. Can two walk together except they be agreed? As Christians, there are fundamental things we agree on. Jesus died, was buried, and he rose again. There are fundamentals that brings us together. So on the major, we major. On the minor, we do not major. Mismatch happens when someone who is heading in a particular direction begins to relate to someone heading in the opposite direction. Most times our relationships run into trouble because in the first place, we have what we call directional difference. Once you begin your relationship with directional mismatch, conviction mismatch, purpose mismatch, you're heading north, the person is heading south. Once you begin your relationship like that, you're always going to end up having conflicts. I want you to imagine an eagle meeting with a turkey. What are they going to be talking about? The eagle is going to be talking about, when I was flying, look at what happened. Then the turkey is going to be like, you're too proud. What do you mean by when you're flying? Listen, can we talk about what is here on earth? Well, I don't have your experience because I'm not on your level. And when I use the word level, I'm not talking about pride. I'm talking about the fact that we don't belong in the same altitude. Eagles are birds, but they don't walk. They fly. In essence, relationships are better when we have some common grounds. How do you know that there is a mismatch in your relationship? Number one, when someone is unexcited about your passion and your interest, there's a mismatch. Anytime you're talking about what you're excited about, your passion, your interest, the person is not interested. So your passion doesn't interest him, your purpose doesn't interest her. The person abuses, accuses, and demeans you all the time. Hey, there is a mismatch. The person despises your dreams and the person despises your vision. How do you know you are in a mismatch? When you are with someone who is unteachable, when you are with somebody who is unwilling to change. You are constantly changing. The person wants you to change. The person wants you to adjust. You are making the adjustment. You are the one changing. You are the one constantly shifting grounds. This person never shifts ground. This person is defensive towards any conversation that has to do with change. Whilst the person shields himself or herself from changing or conversations that can lead to that, but the person is constantly attacking you, demanding that you change. How do you know that a relationship is a mismatch? The person always exalts unprofitable traditions and beliefs over universal and biblical truth. Here is what the Bible teaches. Here are universal truth, but the person will hold on to some archaic, abandoned, traditional beliefs that do not advance society, does not make relationships better, does not make families better. I'm a traditional person. I believe this is what I believe in our culture, and the person is holding on to a very, very backward, unprogressive, archaic, very retrogressive concepts that are called tradition. How do you know you are in a mismatch? The person always isolates you from your family members and from your loved ones. Check that relationship and you always falling for it. And maybe you are the one that does it. You always allow someone to come and isolate you. I don't like this, your friends and all of that. You need to stop hanging around this. From the moment this person came into your life, the person began to isolate you. And gradually look around you now. Who do you have left? You've cut off from your mom, you've cut off from your dad, and some of you, unfortunately, It is a religious leader that does this to you. Oh, you need to cut off from everybody so you can consecrate. No. Most times, those of you are doing very well in your career, you are earning money, and you're working in a good place. Sometimes you come under a spiritual leader, so to say, who begins to isolate you, and the purpose for isolating you is so that I can control you, I can have access to your resources, and I can deplete you at will. You want to do anything, come, I have to pray. God said you should not marry. God said you should not stay with your husband because you're a wealthy woman. Control. How do you know that you are in a mismatched relationship? The person disregards and disrespects those that you honor. Anytime you mention the name of people that you honor, don't mind those pastors, don't mind that woman, don't mind your mother, don't mind your father. Anytime you notice you are in a relationship with someone who dishonors and disrespects those that you honor, you better know that you are dealing with a mismatch. A mismatch will influence you to sin against God, violate his word. It's a mismatch when somebody you are in relationship with, but by virtue of the person's relationship with you, you drift from God. Every time you get into a relationship, you become worse of what you used to be. It was when you got into this relationship, you started drinking, you started smoking, you started womanizing. It was in this relationship pornography became okay. It was in this relationship having sex toys are no longer issues of conscience. It was in this relationship you learned now how to practice 3-some and 4-some and 5-some. It was in this relationship. How do you know you are in a mismatch? The relationship weakens your prayer life, depletes your anointing. That was the situation Samson found himself in. He just noticed he constantly goes into a relationship that ends him in trouble. Samson did not caution himself. It was a negative pattern in the life of Samson to always attract mismatch. Today's mismatch, if unchecked, uncontrolled, can become something that will get you out of life's match in the future.